Some towns sit quietly by the lake, basking in their own postcard-perfect charm. And then there's Riva del Garda, a place that refuses to play by the rules. While most of Lake Garda leans into its dreamy, slow-paced Italian dolce vita, Riva stands out with an energy that feels just a little different. Maybe it's the northern location, where the mountains drop dramatically into the water, giving the town a backdrop that looks stolen from an alpine fairy tale. Or maybe it's the fact that Riva has always been a bit of an outsider, having spent a good chunk of history as part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. One thing is for sure though, this is not your typical lakeside retreat. Sure, you'll find charming piazzas, cafe-lined streets and promenade that begs for an evening stroll, but Riva is also a place of movement. It's where windsurfers and sailors cut across the waves while cyclists and hikers take on the dramatic trails leading up into the cliffs. It's where Lake Garda meets the mountains, where Italian elegance shakes hands with a hint of Austrian order, and where you somehow find yourself wondering if you should be sipping a spritz by the water or strapping on your hiking boots and chase a panoramic view. Either way, you're going to love it here. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really know how to describe Riva del Garda in a way that feels fair, because Riva is, well, kind of complicated. It's a town of contradictions. On one hand, it's bigger, busier, and more of a classic resort destination than the charming little fishing villages scattered around the lake. On the other hand, it has an undeniably beautiful old town filled with picturesque alleyways and just the right amount of lakeside Italian romance. Riva doesn't fit neatly into a box. It's a place where charter tourists and backpackers coexist, where families with strollers march down the lake promenade while windsurfers glide across the water, and where you can sip an Aperol Spritz in a medieval piazza before heading back to your massive hotel resort with a pool. It's both too much and just right at the same time. Let's start with Viale Rovereto, the main road running through town along the waterfront. It's lined with hotels, restaurants, and well, more hotels. And while it might be convenient, it's also the exact reason I have a love-hate relationship with Riva. This is ground zero for sunburned tourists and neon-colored Crocs, all-inclusive resorts, and exactly the kind of vacation chaos I usually try and avoid. But then, in the middle there's Gelateria Flora, and suddenly I'm okay with it. This is hands down the best gelato in Riva, maybe even the best on the entire lake. One spoonful of their creamy perfection and you'll forgive Riva for every cargo-shorted tourist blocking your path. But here's the thing, despite its charter vibes, Riva is also an ideal introduction to Lake Garda, because it's got everything. Big resorts for those who like their vacation easy, charming old streets for those looking for a bit more of the Italian romance, and some of the most stunning views on the lake. Now, full disclosure, I might be a little biased when it comes to Riva, because this is where back in 2015 I met Nadia. Yep, the start of everything. During that trip, we spent most of our evenings at a little bar called Bar Trojani, where we got to know the wonderful woman who ran the place. A few years later, when we returned to Riva, it felt only natural that I proposed to Nadia in this very same bar. So, yeah, I like Riva for kind of obvious reasons. What is a journey? Is it a memory or perhaps the seed of the next adventure? At Ponyan Pool Shark we craft travel guides designed to lead you to hidden gems, and we share captivating vlogs that invite you to wander the globe with us. From serene train rides and enchanting cruises to cozy hotels, charming bars and delightful restaurants. Embark on a voyage with us where every step carries a touch of beauty and a hint of bittersweet farewell. Subscribe now and let your heart be guided to where our next journey unfolds. Romantic backstories aside, Riva does have one thing no other town on the lake can offer: an actual real sky bar. Yes, while other towns keep their drinking at street level, Sky Bar at Crystal Palace Hotel lets you enjoy your cocktails above it all. I've lost count of how many drinks I've had here, but let's just say it's a lot. And if you ever find yourself in Riva at sunset, this is the place to be. One of the best things about Riva is its location. It sits at the northern tip of Lake Garda, just a short and ridiculously scenic boat ride away from both Limone and Malcesine, both of which, in case you haven't guessed by now, I just adore. So, while Riva might not be my absolute favorite town on the lake, it's the perfect starting point. It's got the views, the energy, the history, and most importantly, the memories. And trust me, if you spend a few nights here, you start making some of your own. Just don't forget to stop at Gelateria Flora. It's gonna be worth it, I just promise. However, in the end, always remember it is not about the destination. It is what you make of it that counts. Till next time, stay safe. So, you made it to the end of this guide, but let's be honest, one town is never enough. There's more, so much more. From the fairytale streets of Malcesine to the beach bars of Garda, the hidden alleys of Castelletto and the sleeping fishing villages of Brenzone. This lake doesn't just have one story, it has 100. You could spend a lifetime here, or at least a few more episodes. We have a lot of more guides to the lake, either upcoming or already out depending on when you watch this, so go ahead, pick another town, hit play, and let's keep exploring. Yeah.